So last time we went over our teaching strategy and our teacher goal as well as the student goal, and if I'm correct, our strategy was something to do with online resources to get the kids' attention back to your lesson, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so one of the strategies I've come up with, and we kind of talked about it a little, and it's something I think that all the students already do, is iExcel.
Yes.
All your students do that. And I had to think about this because I teach second grade and you teach third grade. So my kids are actually on iPads and yours are on Chromebooks.
Right.
So I had to think about how could you do this with Chromebooks as well. And I thought about using iExcel whole group.
Ooh, yeah.
As in, instead of having each kid get on there and do their individual modules as practice, doing it, making it into a game on the computer.
Right.
And so, what you could do, and I've done it with some kids before, is you kind of put them on teams, and you pull it up on the smart board just like a normal module, and one person from each team can yell out the answer, they get points, yada yada yada.
Right.
But the cool thing that I like about iExcel, and I think you will too, is if they do get it wrong, because you type in whatever they get. Like if they even give you the wrong answer, type it in.
Okay.
And if it's incorrect, that kind of pops up. You've seen that before where it says incorrect and they get it wrong.
Yeah.
And if you scroll down and you can actually go over the correction process with them.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know when I'm watching my kids on their iPads on iExcel, if they get it incorrect, sometimes they just keep going to the next one. They don't even pay attention to how to fix it. Yeah, they don't pay attention. So, but if you do it as a whole group, I feel like the kids' attention already going to be on you because it's a game and that always gets their attention.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're going to be more focused on that to actually see the correction process too.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good way too, because if you are doing it whole group and it's a game, it's really going to stand out if someone's not paying. But it is a good way, and even the incentive when you do it as a game, if you even do girls versus boys, or if you have the kids in groups, tables versus tables, you could have someone keep score and they can get a piece of candy at the end or something.
Right.
But it's just a quick and easy way to pull up one module, because one module I think is only like maybe 10 or 12 questions.
Right.
And they can do it very quickly. So I wanted to introduce that strategy to you just to give you an idea of something you could do with them that's quick, because I don't want, like some strategies could take up the whole lesson and you don't want that. You just need something quick to bring their attention back, right?
Quick and easy, absolutely.
So I want to create a checklist for it. So what are some of the main things when using this strategy that you think needs to be happening for sure? I know one was Chromebooks are closed.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's up on my screen and I'm actively teaching what's on my screen, or we're working with what's on my screen, their screens need to be put away.
Yeah, I think that's a good start. Like you can't do this if they have it open doing the same module. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't want that.
I think as well, like I tell my students all the time, I'm like, the best way to show me that you're listening to me is for your eyes to be on me.
Yeah.
So coming up with another strategy of how to get their eyes on me, you know.
And not on the Chromebooks.
Exactly.
Because on your screen is going to be what would have been on the Chromebooks. You're just doing it whole group.
Exactly.
I love that one. So that's our first check. I think the second one, and you can change it if you want to, would be to have to do it in groups.
Yeah.
Because I think if you did it, you could do it whole group towards the end and just have them yell out if you need to go quicker, like a challenge.
Yeah.
Because I know it goes into a challenge level. You could have them all kind of just yell out.
Very competitive students.
Yes. So you may want one of the part of the checklist is to have them in groups.
Yeah.
And one group give an answer, the other
They
group
would
give an
love
answer.
that.
Yeah.
They would love that.
So done in groups. What's another?
What's a way that we can make it, like, for sure fun? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the whole game idea of it. Is it like if they answer it right, they get a piece of candy?
Or a point.
Or a point, and then whoever gets the most points gets yada yada yada? Or is it like, you know, throwing a ball into a basket if they get the answer right?
That's a good way too. That's a good way too. We used to do that in school too. Like if you got it right, you got to like shoot a wadded up piece of paper into a trash can or something.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's something you already have too. That would be super quick, and kids love that.
And then
they're not allowed to do that, so they would love to do that.
And your room is clean.
Yeah,
like,
so
you know what I mean?
Let's put some kind of incentive for getting it correct.
And it could be like simple, you know, like whichever team gets the most points gets like a piece of candy, or it could be something a little bit more elaborate or more thought out and planned out.
Or tickets too.
Tickets
For participation for PBIs, they could get tickets too. I think that would be a good incentive too, because kids want tickets. List for the strategy with number 1, Chromebooks need to be closed in order for this to be effective. Number 2, done in groups, so it's more competitive. And number 3, there's got to be some kind of incentive or motivation for this game, or else kids are just going to sit there because they're not going to get anything out of it, so they're not going to do anything.
Right.
You know, so I think that's a good checklist to start with. Are there any more you want me to add on there that you feel like has to be done in order for this strategy to be effective?
I don't think so.
In your classroom. Okay. Are there any ways you want to? So I've explained the strategy to you. Are there any ways that you want to modify it? Because I teach 2nd grade,
right?
So I'm thinking about what my 2nd graders would do. Are there anything that you think you would modify for 3rd graders, or for your lesson in whatever content area you're doing math, right?
Right, math.
So think about, would you need to change it for anything, or do you think it would work as is?
I think it would work as is. Of course, I'd have to change the Excel lesson.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you'll have to go to
obviously
whatever lesson you're going to do.
3rd grade, yeah, 3rd grade math. But as far as like strategies, I feel like our strategies and our kind of ideas are simple yet effective.
Yeah, it's a very simple thing.
And could work honestly like in any grade level. You know, I can see that working
in kindergarten.
In kindergarten and 5th grade. I taught 5th grade last year.
Yeah. But that was my goal, was to get you a strategy that was, I didn't want to give you something completely brand new that you had to do a lot of back work on.
Right.
I wanted to give you something that you could take and put in your classroom tomorrow.
Exactly.
That was that effective. You know,
it's that simple, yet effective.
And it's something you already do. It's just instead of letting them do it on their Chromebooks where they are still getting distracted, they're not paying attention if they get it wrong, to turn it into a game and putting it up on the board. You know, so I think that will work. So I do want to model it for you, but I do know that we are very tied down at the moment. We have county-wide benchmarks this whole week.
Absolutely.
And you will be out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I will be out next week.
Yeah.
So Monday, Tuesday. So, and because of our schedules, I'm not going to be able to come to your classroom. So down with being able to model it. So my suggestion is later on today, this afternoon, I actually have another teacher's kids coming in, another Miss Fugit's kids are coming into my classroom. And we are doing 2-digit addition. If you don't care, I can video it then and kind of model it with those students. The only difference that it's going to be is that I won't be able to do tables. I'll be doing class against class.
Okay.
But I'll try my best, and we'll work through it, and that way you'll have some type of something to go off of. Because I want to model it for you. So I will video them, and I will do it with them. Obviously, it's not going to be your exact standard, but it's going to be close. It's 2-digit addition. And so I'll go through it with them and kind of see how it works out. And
does it have regrouping, or is it without regrouping?
It's without regrouping.
Okay.
But a thing you may want to do, I just thought about it, with regrouping, if you want to, you can go ahead and let them have whiteboards.
Oh, yeah.
So that they can solve it quicker. Because
Exactly.
like, these won't be regrouping, so they can do it in their head. Or they should be able to. And so we won't have to use that. But that may be a modification for you.
Right.
Is to let them use the whiteboard. So I will video that this afternoon, and maybe we can get together after school and I'll let you watch it. Does that sound good?
Sounds perfect.
Okay, so we're going to do an iExcel together. A lot of times you'll do this individually, but we're going to do it as a class, as kind of a review game to go over what we... So look at this addition sentence. We have 40 plus 20. 40 plus 20. What do you think it is? She says 60 from my class. Who can answer it from my class? Catherine.
60.
All right, we both have 60. How did you know it was 60?
Because 4 plus 2 is 6.
Okay, so 4 tenths plus 2 tenths equals 6 tenths. We don't have any ones, so 6 tenths equals
60.
60. Let's see if we're correct. Woo! Terrific.
Woo!
So for each D plus 20. This one's a little trickier. 70 plus 20. 70 plus 20. Kylie.
80.
80. 70 plus 20, or she says 80, then 80 since she was my first one. Oh, sorry, incorrect, dot, dot, dot. Now, pause. If we got it wrong, do we just keep going?
Yes.
If I get something wrong, I want to know, I want to go over it, right? I want to know what I did wrong so that I can fix it, right? I'm going to scroll down here. And right down here on IXL, when you scroll down, it's going to tell you exactly what you did wrong. Now, add the remaining digits. 7 tens plus 2 more tens equals what? 9 tenths, which is 90. Very good, so the answer would be 90. Right now we're going to do a speed round. A speed round is when I click it, and if you know it, yell it out and tell me. Okay?
Don't even raise your hand.
Nope, I just want to hear it. We're going to see how quickly we can look at it. Look on the screen. My friends, are we ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I didn't answer. What did we say it was?
60.
All right, what about this one?
50.
Oh, my stars. Y'all are so quick. What about this one? What about this one? What about this one? 50.
Oh yeah. 70. 2, 1.
Oh, challenge zone. Woo!
97.
Oh, math set. Very good. I bet y'all are so smart. And we're done. Look, we did that in 5 minutes and 57 seconds. Give yourself a pat on the back. Very, very good. So, this was, like I said, it was a second grade classroom, and there was 2 different classes in there. So, obviously, you would do yours with tables.
Right.
Small groups. You wouldn't do it with 2 whole classes. But the only thing I did not add in at the end, because it was towards the end of the day, was the game, where like if they get it right, they can shoot a paper wad into a trash can or something. That's the only thing I did not include in there.
Okay.
So,
I really love it though. I think once benchmark testing is done, maybe like Thursday-ish. I think for kind of a fun activity to review what we've been talking about this week.
and I think as a review game, it's perfect too.
Right.
I really do.
Yeah, I think
Just think about this checklist. Make sure Chromebooks are closed. Make sure they are already. Are your kids already separated into groups? They
Yes,
are.
they are.
That's what I thought from the last lesson. And then some kind of incentive or motivation, and that's that small game you're going to play. And then once you take this checklist and you practice this, we'll get back together and discuss how we would do it differently, or if we would add in more, or if we wouldn't change anything, and how the kids responded.